Well, happy Wednesday and welcome to another edition of the Hangout Hour at the Stock Show, sponsored by our friends at Hecton Crop Insurance. Tavon, there's a lot going on today.
There really is, and we're not even talking about weather-wise. There's a lot more people here today than there have been over the past couple of weeks, so it's great to see people out and about. So all of the food vendors are definitely open out here today.
Yep.
You're seeing plenty of people. The petting zoo's open. We have the barrow show happening right now in the
steer show.
Yes, and the steer show happening. As far as weather, you can see it's a little bit breezy out here. We'll continue to see those gusty winds. We have gusts close to 40 miles per hour outside today. It's going to be on the cooler side, but it is warmer than average, so we'll be in the upper 60s for this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine along the way. I mean, right now it's just a gorgeous day. It's feeling a little bit of a breeze. It's a little bit cooler because of that cooler morning we've had here, but overall, a nice day to head out to the Stock Show and Rodeo.
It's just the first of a stretch of nice days. You couldn't ask for better weather to end the Stock Show and Rodeo. That's good.
Really couldn't.
Today, it's Military Appreciation Day.
It is.
So anyone with a valid military ID can come out here, get free admission to the showground.
Yes.
What a great deal that is.
That is a great deal, especially because it's such a great day. So definitely head on and do that. We are going to go into the barrow show, so we'll bring you in with us in just a few moments after this quick break. Should be good. Welcome back to the Hangout Hour, sponsored by Hecton Crop Insurance. We're in the Gandy Inc. barn right now where the barrow show is happening. Josh, tell us what's going on right now.
Yeah, so they're showing pigs over here, Tavon, and if you can get over there, or you can get over there on the monitor there, however you can see it, they're walking the pigs around the show ring right now, and what the judge is looking for in this case is going to be the meat on these pigs. And of course, you know, pigs turn into ham, and so you're looking for good ham hocks on there, good legs, good back strap on there as well. But it's pretty simple. They're just sitting there driving the pig with their sticks, and that's how they're moving it around. You know, the judge is just walking around looking at it, and the only important part is to try to keep that pig from getting too stressed. Pig gets stressed, doesn't end up well.
So what's the significance of having them, you know, walking as opposed to kind of just standing there and judging that way?
Well, it's kind of like when someone's walking and you're seeing if they have muscle or whatnot.
Okay.
You're looking at what muscles are moving when it's happening. So, of course, by walking, you're able to get in on the ham. You're able to get in on the ham look there and see how toned the pig is as it's walking around.
Okay, so how long does how long does this judging go on?
It could take 15 minutes, could take 30 minutes. Depends on how big the show is. In this case, we got a pretty big livestock show, as you see, and we're kind of in the only open spot we could find.
I know. I mean, if you look around, there's a lot of people here. I mean, they're pretty much packed around the rails here, and then we haven't even ventured off towards the other side where there's just tons of people. They're watching the show. They're hanging out, you know, lots of people here.
And just imagine, look all the way at the end of that, at the end of the show barn here where those flags are. There's pigs lined up all the way to there.
Right, yeah. So we should go walk over there. And
this will be your first call. Class 4 Hampshires, odd number, bring them to the holding pen. So Class 4 Hampshires, odd number, bring them to the holding pen.
The Hampshires are these ones with the white stripes on them. That you're seeing now. It's black with the white stripe down the middle.
Right.
It's not your most traditional pig that you see in books and whatnot.
Like Babe.
There are multiple breeds of pig. And if you look really closely, this one that just walked by, it's got a really wide front. So there's a lot of meat on that pig.
So how many classes do they typically have in a showing like this?
It depends on how many pigs are entered. Because they got to break them up into even divisions, kind of like what they do with schools and playing football. You got to break them up into even divisions by weight and whatnot.
Well, certainly another good class of Hampshire Bears. It took a little more time up here on the top end, and you start to break these two down, and there's a real easy place to start. If you just talk about basics and balance, symmetry, and look from the side, and then you talk about squareness and genuineness when they come directly at you. Our class winner is bigger in his arm. He's got more comfort out of his front shoulder. He's bolder in his chest. He's square when you come directly at you. And that's where I like that bear. And yet you stand off to the side and his pattern and silhouette reads right. We set his hind leg into motion. That thing can grab another gear. I'm not going to dispute the bear in second. It's got a ton of more muscularity just up high. But I think this bear's got more than enough muscle. He reads right. Everything fits and matches. I like that bear to lead this particular class. The interesting bear is in two. If you just want to talk about muscle up high, that's as much natural back shape as we've seen. I mean, it starts at the top of his neck and runs all the way back to his pin. He's square and he's high. He too is athletic in terms of his hind legs. He doesn't have any advantage in terms of stoutness of feature, and yet when he circles and comes to you of our top pair, he closes in his knee, he gets a bit more stilty and upright in his shoulder, wants to flatten through his midsection just a shot, but that's being really critical of a high-quality pair of bears up here on the top end. His pattern and design and just added looseness and skeleton allowed him to supersede the young man's bear that we've got in free. He too is a tall-shouldered, good-looking one. He's got good length of body, and yet everything balances in proportions when you get off to the side. He's big in his upper hinge. He sets the hind leg squarely to the surface. Up the top trio, he got the tightest and most restricted out of his upper hip. He was taller shouldered and just offered a neater look out front than the young lady's really fresh back bear that we've come with. That's really good in terms of depth of body and feel here today. Great on skin and hair of our top four. He's a nickel shorter in his upper hips. He too wants to be a little more stilty in his shoulder, but that's being really critical of a high quality bear. The young lady's done a great job getting ready to rock and roll. A rounder hip bear that's more vanilla in terms of his look when you get off to the side. I love his proportions in terms of squareness.
All right, so we're going to continue to listen to all this here. We're going to see if we can go find maybe some of the contestants, superintendent to talk to, so you can learn more about what's happening here. And I mean, this is still going on, so
it's going to be going on for a good part of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just one of the classes. We'll take a really quick break, and then we'll be back with a little bit more coverage in a few moments.
In terms of size and stature, he's fresh about.
Welcome back to the Hangout Hour here, sponsored by Hector Crop Insurance. We're sitting with Macy Schwartz. She is the livestock director. Macy, tell us what's going on here today.
Today we are having our Market Barrow show. We actually had a record number check-in yesterday, 1,672. So that's well over. We have about 60% show up of our entries. We almost ran out of pins, but today is day one of our show. So.
Wow, that's a lot of people. How many people did you roughly have last year?
Last year we had about 1,360, I think. So we're up almost 300 head.
Wow,
which
yeah,
that's probably like 400 or 500 more people, 600 more people if you do the math on it. So this barn is real full today.
Yeah, definitely. How long does the showing go on till?
So we'll show today. We'll show about 900 hogs today, and hopefully we're done by 7 p.m. or so. And then we'll start again tomorrow morning at 8 with the other half of the hogs. We'll show about 800 tomorrow, and we'll be going until about 6 or 7 tomorrow evening as well.
Okay, that's awesome. Lots of things going on, goes on for a while. What are some other events that are going on as well today and for the rest of the week, really?
What else we've got going on today is our Market Steer Show. They're over in the Spur Arena. We've got about 250 head of steers that we're showing over there. They kicked off at 9 this morning, so we'll go through. They only have a one-day show, so they'll show all day today and about 5 o'clock. Also, we've got a rodeo performance tonight, Tough Enough to Wear Pink. Now, it's actually Military Appreciation tonight. So those are the big things going on out here today.
Great.
Man, sounds exciting. So what do you think caused the increase here by about 300? Did we just open up the area that people could come from, or?
Sure. So we did make a pretty big change this year in our Market Barrow show. For the past 20 years, we limited our entries to Texas-bred hogs only. So you had to purchase them from a breeder that was a member of the Pork Producers Association. They had to be bred and raised in Texas. We kind of did away with that this year and said, you can bring a pig from Indiana or Illinois or California, wherever you purchase them from, you can bring those to San Angelo. So I think that's really where we saw the growth.
Wow, so a lot of those numbers came from out of state.
We think so, yes, yeah. I mean, there's no way for us to tell exactly, but we will attribute it to that. And also, we hear it from all the exhibitors and parents that come out here every year. Our volunteer base for the swine shows is just phenomenal. They're the most knowledgeable, most down-to-earth, just low-maintenance group that we at any show. And so those volunteers do a really good job. They make the kiddos feel at home, the parents. I mean, they just feel really comfortable coming here, so that also helps too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for telling us everything that's going on, and thank you for your time to do this interview. And we'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back with more coverage soon.
welcome back to the Hangout Hour, sponsored by our friends at the Hector Crop Insurance Company. We're sitting here with Kaylee. Kaylee just finished showing her Hampshire pig, right? Her Hampshire barrel? And you're from Miles.
Yes, sir.
All right, so tell me what all goes into prepping this pig for show.
Well, you have to wash it, brush it, make sure they're trained to be able to walk during the show.
Okay. And what is the judge looking for when he's in there in the show ring?
Well, today they're looking for a big butt and strong shoulders, but no stomach.
Okay. And they're judging it on meat, right? Kind of?
Kind of.
Okay.
What's your favorite part of showing?
The fun that goes into it and meeting the people.
Oh, that's cool. So how long have you been doing this for?
Since 2nd grade, so 3 years.
Wow, that's awesome. And you really like it?
Yes.
How long does it take to prepare for the showing?
It depends. So you get the pigs in about September-ish, and you have them all the way to the show. But when it comes prep time for the show, you really start about 2 weeks before.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you already finished showing, right?
For today.
For today. How'd you do?
I did not do it.
But the important part is having fun, right?
Yeah, it's all in the fun.
Cool. Do you have a name for your pig? Do you name him?
Yes. His name was Waylon, and then the one I will show tomorrow is Chris.
Chris? Are they after country singers?
Yeah.
Chris Ledoux or
Chris Kirkpatrick.
Chris Kirkpatrick? Okay. Cool.
So is it typical for people to have multiple?
Yes.
There is, okay. So it's usually you have multiple of the showings and 4 different pegs. Okay, that's interesting.
Do you have any advice for anyone like watching that may want to be getting into showing pigs? Any kids out there that maybe want to get into it?
It's a lot of fun, but a lot of work. So you have to be a hard worker to do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
talking with us today, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Well, welcome back to the Hangout Hour, sponsored by our friends at Hector Crop Insurance. Devon, we're here in the cattle barn,
Yes.
and we have Allie here who just got done showing her steer. And Allie, what kind of steer do you have?
I had an Angus this year.
An Angus, okay. And how'd you do?
I placed 5th, which is
Wow.
pretty good. I mean, I got fourth, so that's a highlight.
Yeah, that's pretty important. So, what all goes into prepping your steer for show?
Well, he was my Fort Worth calf, so we did have to slick him, so there's that. And then just trying to get that skin to look all nice and pretty. So that's that, and then feeding, pretty much.
Okay. And this isn't your first livestock show, right?
No, I've been showing for 6 years. So.
Wow, that's a long
Wow.
time.
Yes, ma'am.
How much effort goes into showing? So how long does it take for you to prepare?
Quite a while. You have to get that calf to realize that the stick is not a weapon and that they're not going to be afraid of it. So, and then they just calm down, and then they're pretty good after that.
Oh, that's cool. What's your favorite part of showing?
Probably the stock shows. I love going to meet my friends and seeing everybody that I know.
That's cool. Do you have a lot of friends that join
Pretty
in?
much, yeah. Quite a few. I mean, there's a few people that I see every once in a while, but I mean, I like it.
Okay, and are you showing a few?
Yes,
You
I
are?
actually have another one here today. I'm
Okay.
showing in the last class today.
Oh, great.
Is that also an Angus?
No, it's going to be another cross.
Okay, okay. And do you have any advice to anyone who maybe wants to get into this that's in high school right now?
Just it takes a lot of work, but it's great in the end. You just get a lot out of it.
Cool.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us and
you.
giving us some of your expertise, and good luck on your next showing.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today at the Hangout Hour here at the San Angelo Stock Show and Rodeo, sponsored by Hector Crop Insurance. We also wouldn't be able to do this without Sudden Lake and San Angelo RV helping us bring all this rodeo coverage to you.
Yeah, and it's a great day to get out here. Of course, Military Appreciation Day.
Yes.
So you get into the stock show grounds with a valid military ID. There's a performance tonight.
Yep.
We're going to have highlights on KLST and KSAN. We'll
We
have
are.
interviews on KLST at 5 o'clock.
Yes, and I'll also have an interview coming up here on the grounds of the San Angelo Stock Show and Rodeo at 12 o'clock as well. So be sure to tune in to News at Noon. And of course, we'll continue all this background coverage as we head throughout the rest of the week.
And don't forget to download the Concho Valley Homepage rodeo app, cvhpdigital.com/rodeo, and just click add to home screen. It'll be right there. Performance results, schedule,
yes,
pretty much
everything.
Anything you could ever ask for about the rodeo. Right
everything.
there.
And gorgeous weather to end out the last week of rodeo as well. So thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.